Hey Andy,
Hey, Bambos.
how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I just saw I've been on a moped for the last, I don't know how long. I've got this funny red head thing going on right now. So it's beautiful weather, Amsterdam.
Oh,
I mean, beautiful. It's a summer day that the fact we're inside right now is crazy. I wonder if we can find anyone to come inside with us for this great show. Today is a special show. You know, I've been looking forward to this one for a very long time.
yeah.
And basically we're going to have that moment with Donatella Vergatsie
DonnaTella Vergatsie.
on what is it?
A Wonderful Chaos.
Dun, 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 dun. So, Bambos, today is the day.
Yeah, today's every day.
After day creeps in this petty pace from day to day till the last
We
syllable
we
of
have
recorded
we've
time.
had. I'm so excited doing this wonderful chaos, Andy. Yesterday, you were kind of challenging me if I'm doing too much,
Uh-huh.
and I went home. I'm like, what a fucking idiot! Like he doesn't know that
This is what you're looking forward
the,
to.
the 1 hour a day that we get to spend together and explore the world and talk
Yeah.
to all these amazing people. Like wow.
Yeah.
And like the fact that I'm sometimes exhausted and I come here should tell you that I'm fully
If you wouldn't show up if you were that tired.
exactly.
So, Donatella, why this was so important for me? Yes, we've got our rainbow on behind us. Why this show is so important for me is because when I was a kid, there was a weird thing going on in the family that I could never quite understand. My grandma Dorothy, right from dad's side, the Jewish side of the family.
Yeah.
She'd come in from Hemet, which was this sort of like place in the middle of California, not particularly nice. And we lived in Los Angeles, San Fernando Valley. And then she'd creep out in the middle of the night to go to this place called the Queen Mary. And the Queen Mary was on Ventura Boulevard. And it was a drag bar. And she went there regularly. So she'd come to visit. And that's where she went.
Dressed as?
No, she just went as herself. It was Grandma Dorothy.
I love that.
And I never, everyone would say she'd go to the Queen Mary. When I was older, we'd talk about what is the Queen Mary. I'd never go with her because I was just too young at that time. But what I loved was that in some way, Grandma, I don't know what it was. I never got old enough to have that discussion with her. Like, why did she always go to the Queen Mary? What was it that was so exciting for her to go to these drag bars, which I thought was great, obviously, as I grew up.
Yeah.
And following that, I've been enjoying it. I'll come there. I always avoid the first 2 or 3 rows because that's where you get harassed like hell. So, you do that once in your life and you're like, okay, now I'm sitting back. I'm going to let the action play out in front of me because you're going to get nailed, especially me. A soft looking, whatever I am,
Get over yourself. Let me fix your collar, Andy.
Yeah, thank you. I really didn't show up well for this one.
No.
I actually wanted to prepare well. I was thinking about getting a makeup service.
I was thinking of borrowing something from your wife as I came in.
Yeah. So that's it. And now we had Josina Den Berger on about 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Josina, I said, Josina, if anyone knows where we can find someone that's a queen of drag in Amsterdam, you would. And she gave us the name of Donatella Vergatsie.
Is it because she married them?
We're going to find that out. We don't know. We know so little about Donatella that we're going to find that out now. But without further ado, we get the pleasure of having Donatella on the show. Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Donatella. You look beautiful, and I'm so grateful that you came for us.
Oh, I see you've got my tits in the background.
I see it. We got them in front and in back. And as we know, or no one knows this as until now, today is your birthday. So not only did you come on, you came on your birthday to be with us. So I took a peach because I thought that was as sweet a thing as I could find in the kitchen before I came. And we're going to sing you happy birthday now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Donatella. Happy birthday to you. And we'll blow it out for you.
Thank you. You should make a record. You should make a record.
That'll be a record we burn so that we don't have the torture of people after us.
I am really curious about the background. Like, it's a beautiful photograph of you, but what part of the house is this?
This is my living room.
Uh-huh.
Sitting in my living room on my couch, and in my background you see. Oh, you don't see Maria. Yeah, now you can see.
Oh, I
Maria.
see Maria.
It
It looks very beautiful back there, actually.
Behind Maria, there's some kind of statue. So
Yeah. It looks like you've got some really interesting things going on there. Wow.
I've got a lot of interesting things, Donnie.
I know it.
Here we
Don't I know
go.
it?
Here we go.
I've got some questions, right? Like I've been thinking about this on the day. I want to know, when was the first moment you put high heels on? Like when was the moment you said, this is for me? Like what age was that?
Oh, you know I'm old, you know.
No, we don't. I don't ask a woman her age, which is why I didn't say what birthday number it was. I just said,
I'm 54 today.
wow, congrats.
And the first time when I went in drag, it wasn't really drag. I did the first show I did on stage was when I was 17 years old.
17. Wow.
Yes, and a bar owner asked me because when I was younger, I looked a lot like Boy George.
Okay.
And I was very like my makeup like him and all that stuff. And he asked me to do a show in his bar like Boy George. So that's my first time that I did something on stage. And from that on, I started with drag. So I think I was also 17 when I wear high heels, but they were small heels, small heels. Now I wear like this.
Of course. But 17, that's pretty incredible, because I would think to myself, most people, if I go back in the US and all the stigma and people not feeling comfortable with themselves, like the fact that you at 17 said, hey, I'm going to live and express fully what I am. That's pretty beautiful.
I always did that when I was younger also. I always did what I wanted to do. So if I want to go like this in the subway or like in the train, I will do it.
And so, what was it like help me understand, like the first moment your parents saw you in drag? Like, what was that moment?
Okay. My parents never saw me in drag. No. I left home when I was 16.
Okay.
So because I'm gay, so I left at home when I was 16.
Okay.
And I saw my father and my mother when they were on their
deathbeds. Their deathbeds.
Yeah. So they never saw me.
But did they know that you were doing this, or was it really like you just didn't? They just were.
I think they, because the whole family knew it. So I think they know it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had the same. I mean, my dad, we didn't talk for 10 years, but it was more just because he didn't approve of my lifestyle. But yeah, I'm very aware of how it feels when you're not just loved for who you are, of course.
Yeah, no, I didn't talk to my mother for, I think, about 26 years.
Wow.
I saw my father in all the years. I saw my father and I talked to him, but we never talked about me being drag. Of doing
but
drag.
I mean, that's still amazing that you came out of that and you became a functioning person in society. That's congratulations, because I mean, it's not easy at 16 to be rejected and not like make it in life, you know?
Yeah. When I left home when I was 16, I how do you say it? I lived with my aunt for a while.
Okay.
And she introduced me into the gay scene. We went to a bar together. I was very young. I was 16 years old when I went to a bar. Wow. And I was 17 when I went to Amsterdam, going to bars and all of that. And I always did what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
All those years. And that made me who I am now today.
Yeah.
So your aunt was from your mama or from your papa?
From my mother's side. Yeah.
Wow. I feel I'm celebrating right now that you had someone to support you.
What a beautiful person that she must have been.
I lived there about 1 year, and then I met my first boyfriend when I was 16, and we went living together when I was 17. So.
Wow. Well, that's incredible. I mean,
That
yeah,
was a long time ago. That was my first boyfriend.
I got it. I got it. We moved on from there. There was a few in the. We've all done it. Oh, I have 20 questions. I'm interested if you want to join in.
I'm gonna like you actually asked the questions I wanted to ask.
Oh, sorry.
But I'll slow you down because he's really excited, and I'm just looking at you, and I'm feeling into, like, even though we're laughing a lot, I'm really feeling into that journey, and I can't help but feel emotional right now.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's a long journey. When I see it, how it's today, this at this moment, all the things, and when I was 16, 15 or 16, it was very different than now. And in that days, you have to fight for yourself to become what. And now sometimes I think it's too easy. When you're 17, 18, you say, okay, I'm gay. I'm wearing a dress. Hello, here I am.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's too easy. It's not always that easy, because there are a lot of people, also a lot of young kids who struggle with it. So.
Yeah. But I mean, it's become common. It's become more common in society, from what I can see, based on just the interactions the interactions I've been having. Yeah.
And like, I grew up in Cyprus.
Yeah.
And on that journey.
Your problem, not mine.
Pardon?
That's your problem, not mine.
I love that. But I remember Cyprus is a very macho island, and growing up, I had quite a few gay friends, let's say, and it was always heartbreaking because I was a drug addict, and back then, the gay scene was also very druggy. And every now and again, one of my gay friends would show up with a black eye. They've been beaten.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the space I interacted with my friends who chose to be gay, and there was so much bullying, and I wonder, how was that in the Netherlands? Because back then, also, I mean, it feels like you're someone that one of the first pioneers.
Yeah.
I think okay, when I was 12 years old, I was how do you call it, prepuber, in pre-puberty. So I was young when I was 12 years old. I was 182.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I looked older, so I could go to bars and all that stuff. I could go to cafe. And when I was 12, I went to a discotheque in Alkmaar. I was born in Alkmaar. And there was a discotheque, just a normal discotheque, and I went there. And I was wearing a white shirt with jeans and white shoes. And there were a lot of guys who were thinking, oh, he's gay, he's gay. So when I went home, I was beaten up by 12 guys. And when I came home, I was really looking awful. And my mother said, oh, what happened? What happened? I said, nothing happened. I fell down. And because I didn't want to say, because nobody didn't know then that I was gay. So,
yeah.
And from that day on, I always said, no one will ever hit me again. And when I'm in drag, I'm almost 1
meter higher.
And it's a lot of women when what you see, and I'm not afraid. I'm a big girl, so I'm not afraid of everything. And I think the most problems there are also with the Dutch guys, but most problems we have when you're in drag is with people from another country.
Yeah.
But also, and I think because the youth of today is more, how should I say it?
In Netherlands?
Ze zijn meer in hunzelf. Ze zijn meer op hunzelf gericht.
Yeah, they're more interested in their self-absorption.
Everything that's out of the box, it's different. And a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter if you're gay or you're drag or that. But when you walk on the street and a lot of people will say to you, oh, fucking gay, or in Dutch, kanker homo, and all that stuff. And it goes into here and it goes out
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
So for me,
It has to, of
like
course.
like like just getting to feel a little bit, you had to develop really good sarcasm and really witty way
yeah.
of putting it
Well,
back.
you have to be a little bit I think arrogant and deaf, because when somebody said to me, "You're fucking gay," or what the hell, I don't mind. They may not touch me, because if they touch me, then it's different. But
Yeah.
when they shout at me, and what the hell?
Yeah. But I don't want to go down this path too much.
No.
Because this is sort of
it's a part of our life.
it's part of the life.
Yeah.
And what the reason why is because to some degree, celebrating you and how you've lived is actually far more interesting for me than the idiots that aren't able to like kind of
embrace that part of themselves.
embrace that.
I look gorgeous.
You do.
54 years old.
I mean, I don't know how much those boobs cost you, but they're worth every dime.
Because my husband cooks every day, and when he cooks, it's delicious. So these are just a lot of food.
Nice. I love it. We have a first drag name, and I must admit, I have no idea what it says.
Miriam, my favorite drag name
is
pulsating enigma.
Pulsating enigma. Can she tell me what she means? Because
we don't know necessarily what you mean by that, Mariam, but it seems like it's just saying pulsating enigma, which is just two words together that doesn't make another word. But maybe we're missing the translation.
Enigma is a music band, I guess. Yeah, let's see if she replies.
Let's see if she replies to that. I have a favorite.
My favorite. She will tell you my favorite.
Please give us a few favorites, just so we can.
My favorite drag name is Chantal Bitterball.
Chantal Bitterball.
Yes. Do you understand what I mean?
Well, I don't know if I understand it. I mean, I know what a bitterball is, of course, but I don't know why the connection of Chantal Bitterball.
Because it's a Chantal Bitterball.
Oh. Okay, I thought I have a name which I enjoy, which is Sue Veneer, and
oh yeah.
And then my friend will always say it, and he says, "Because you take a bit of home with me. You take a bit of home with you. You take a bit of me home with you."
Take a little bit of
I'll say it the third time. I'll get it the third time.
I like Veneer. Yeah.
Yeah, and we also had one we were discussing is recent one that came up was Iona Trailer.
I only like the word trailer trash.
Yes. Well, you've talked about your husband 3 times so far. Like, how did you meet?
At first, we are not married. I heard you talking before, and you said, just see that married them. No, we're not married.
Okay.
We're more than 20 years together now. So we met in Purmerend, because I'm living in a small village near Purmerend, between Purmerend and Amsterdam. Yeah. And we met in Purmerend more than 20 years ago. He was just a young boy. I was a little bit older. And
did anything change?
If a young boy still fancies me, so
love it. And when you met, did he meet you when you were in drag, or did he meet you in your alter ego?
He met me. He met my brother.
Nice.
And I was wearing. He was thinking, "Oh, what the hell he's wearing?" I was wearing tight latex trousers with black. I was always wearing black, so with black shirt on it, and he was thinking, "Oh, what the hell is that?"
How long was it before you met that he did get to finally see you dressed in your fully self?
Because the same night he went home. So yeah, and when we came home, if you look my house, it's like a drag store.
Is it?
You can see my jewelry, you can see my wigs, you can see my dresses.
I love it. Have you got like a Marilyn Monroe section in the house that's sort of an homage?
No. I don't have a Marilyn Monroe section. I've got a doll in my house, a live doll, wearing one of the dresses I bought for her specially because it's not my size.
Oh wow!
And I've got my jewelry is hanging here. And
can you tell me, like, who were your biggest inspirations? So who would you say these are the people that I aspire to live up to, or who inspired you?
Who inspired me when I was younger, when I did drag, I did a lot of Boy George, and people who inspired me are Nina Hagen. I love Nina.
Really?
Nina Hagen is, I think, one of the best there is. So
Yeah.
she inspired. I did her, and I like Bette Midler, and also the old school queens like Shirley Bassey. Those are the grand dames who inspired me to do.
How about Cher? Did Cher ever pique your fancy?
If I remove several ribs and lots of fat and all that stuff,
I once was at the backstage of the MTV Music Awards when she came out with that song "If I Could Turn Back Time."
Yeah,
and so she walked.
Time I wouldn't eat that much.
Exactly.
Well, someone's cooking.
She walks by me because she's just about to go on stage to perform, and I just remember, she says, "This is where old rock and roll meets new rock and roll," and she like walked by me, and I thought, yeah, that's a diva. She's there. She is in their full glory.
Love it.
I do. These days, I don't do a lot of English songs. I do a lot of Dutch songs.
Okay.
I'm famous for my Dutch songs. And
are you singing those, or are you lip syncing, or is it a bit of both? Like, how does? Because I
lip syncing and live singing.
Wow.
But I've got a voice like a dead crow. So when I sing, it's like everybody is whopper.
How many times will you perform, like, say, in a year?
Now, because I'm
retiring.
A little bit retiring. I only do larger things. I do and things I like. Now, because of the corona, I do nothing.
Yeah.
Only this, and I just recently, I did 2 weeks ago a live session on Facebook.
Okay.
And but most of the time I do like small parties and things I like to do. And once a year I go to Meppel. Do you know Meppel?
I know it. Yeah.
Yeah, Meppel is a city, and once a year they bring Amsterdam to Meppel, and they have got one stage, and on that stage there are now a lot of drag queens.
I love it.
A lot of my girlfriends are there.
Yeah.
And we only do Dutch songs and all that stuff. So that's one of the things I like to do the most. And this year, next week, this weekend or next weekend, there was Gay Pride in Alkmaar.
Okay.
And there is a retiring home, yeah?
Retirement home, yeah.
Yeah. Who asked me and another friend of mine, a girlfriend of mine, to perform at their retiring home, and we did it last year. And that's what I do, what I like to do. So I did it with a group before in Amsterdam, all the houses in Amsterdam, all the retirement house, and now I do it with another one. So that's what I like to do.
And when you do those, like, how many people will it be? Like 20, 30, or will you get more people from the home coming together to watch this?
Oh, sometimes 60, 70, or a lot of people. All the people can come, and sometimes there are afdeling
departments,
section department who cannot come to the show. Then we go to them. Yeah,
that's great.
It feels like, it sounds like you're also trying to contribute or make other people's lives a bit better.
Yeah, to let them have fun and to enjoy life. That's the most important thing, to enjoy life.
How do people in the old people's home receive you?
Oh, they love it. They love it.
I can imagine they're singing along, or they're moving their hands a little bit.
Because we're singing all Dutch songs. And they all know the song, so they can sing with us. And so they love to see the shows. So. But last year, the year before, I also went to the Harley Club, so the Amsterdam chapter of the Harley Club, to perform. So that's also what I like.
I have I have a transition, but I wonder if we can always go back to this. I had some questions around the alter ego.
Yes, let's go for it.
So I'd like to talk about Frank and your brother Frank.
My brother.
So I want to know, like, when you meet with Frank in the world, does do people know that Frank also has a relative called Donatello, or do they just know Frank is Frank? Is there anyone in your life that doesn't know Donatello?
I think everybody in my life knows Donatello.
Okay. Yeah. And what does your brother Frank do for a living?
He is a school teacher.
That is the best.
Hoe zeg ik dat? Burgerschap?
What?
Which grade?
In early days they called it maatschappijleer. Do you know the translation of it?
That I don't know. How old are the kids? That'll give us some indication of when that year would be.
16 years and older.
16 years and older.
Yeah. And
okay.
I teach them about society.
Oh wow!
Like politics and sex and healthy and money and
that's great.
Stuff. Yeah.
So every one of those 16-year-olds in the class that's taught by Frank knows that Frank has a brother called Donatello. Is that true?
No. My children doesn't know because I separate my personal life from my work life. They know I'm gay. They know I live in they know Frank lives with a man, and I also do lessons about the LGBT community, and I invite a transgender, a lesbian, a gay man, and a bisexual, and the children can talk to them and ask their questions. So
this is amazing.
That's amazing.
This is like, it blows my mind and so beautiful. Like, wow, what an education.
Now, I think it's very important because I've got a lot of children. I teach on niveau 1,
level 1.
Level 1. Yeah. And I've got a lot of children who are from other countries.
Okay. Oh wow.
Like from Syria, from Eritrea, and all countries, and I want them to respect also LGBTQ and all that stuff.
But a lot of people, this is kind of interesting because this goes into a broader subject, of course, because you've got a lot of the people that are coming over that have different cultures and aren't as open and accepting of other genders and sexual identities. So my question to you is, how is it? Because even then they don't even know about Donatella at this point, but they do know that you're gay. And for me, that could also be a challenge for their family. Like they could even have problems that one of their teachers is that, right? That's.
I think when I look back, I'm doing 22 years now. 22 years I'm in education.
Yeah.
And the last year, I think the kids from Eritrea and Serbia, all around the world, they've got a lot of respect for the teacher.
Wow.
They are used in their country. They have a lot of respect for the teacher. So here they've also got a lot of respect for the teacher. They not always begrijpen.
They don't always understand
my way of living, but they respect me because I'm their teacher.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So when I tell them, so I live with a man, they not like, you're gay. Yeah. No, they are still respecting me.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
As a school teacher, did you help any child that was struggling with coming out, or like, I'm gay but I don't know how to handle it?
In early days when I was working at another school, there were children between the 12 and 16 years old, and also it was also special education. And sometimes I knew that some kid was gay or lesbian, but I want them to come to me and to talk about it. Not that I say, okay, you're gay now.
Yeah.
Because they have to talk to me, and when they are that young, they don't talk about it, especially special education, because when you're gay, then everybody says, "Oh, what fuck you," and blah blah blah. And but when I met them when they were older, they were, "Oh, I wanted to talk to you about me being gay," but when I was too young, I couldn't talk about it. So and now, I think 2 years ago we had a boy, a transsexual. She was 18, yes, 18, around 18, and when we had the lessons about the LGBT community, and she was something like, okay, very free, like I was a boy and now I'm a girl, and blah blah blah, blah. And that's what I like. And they talk freely about their lives. So,
well, you're an inspiration, of course, by just being you.
I hope
so. I'm curious. Were there ever moments when you would have been dressed and then been on the street and seen people that you knew that didn't know you?
I think a lot of people know me as DonnaTella.
Yeah.
Because when I in the early days when I went to Amsterdam, most of the time when I go to a bar or like doing a show, I was like DonnaTella, and they didn't know my brother. And sometimes when people meet me and say, "I know your voice," and they recognize my voice, but I don't know. And then it's like, okay, my sister DonnaTella. Oh yes, now we know. But a lot of people don't know me as my brother. So,
oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's fun. Sometimes it's very very fun when you know somebody.
Yeah.
And they don't recognize you.
Have you ever had just total fun with it and talked to someone for an extended period of time where they didn't actually know?
No, but most of the time they recognize my voice. When I'm
okay.
now I speak English, but when I'm in drag doing speaking Dutch, I got a terrible Amsterdam accent.
How beautiful!
So, and they recognize my voice. So
yeah,
Donatella, what is the most naughty adventure either Frank or Donatella have had in this lifetime up to now? Like when you think about it, you're like, oh my god, I
can't believe I did that.
Yeah, I can tell on a live stream. A long, I can tell it. A long time ago, when I was in a bar called DOK. It was a bar. DOK. Translated in Dutch. In English, it's the old cellar, but in Dutch, it's de oude kelder. DOK. And I was with a friend, and there was a guy. I like masculine guys very much. And there was one masculine guy, and my friend said, "Oh, I love him. I like him. I want to have him." But the guy wasn't interested in him, but was interested in me. So I sneaked away with the guy into the toilet.
Yes.
And I was wearing a cap. And during the act, my cap fell into the toilet.
I love it.
Oh no!
And obviously, you didn't take it out.
When I came back, I did not wear my cap because I threw it away in the garbage bag again. So that was I think the most what I can tell.
Yes. Yes, any more than that, I think I'm not going to be able to handle like any toilet talk. I'm very sensitive to. We have Mariam who just wants to celebrate you here, saying, "Have a fabulous birthday, Donatella, and thank you for courageously paving the way and inspiring others to live their passion." Yeah. There's one thing that I really feel that like I've really appreciated whenever I've experienced the shows of the drag shows or people like just like dressing up. There's like a sensibility, like you can't stop me. There's like, it's almost like once they've gone to that extreme, you said it before, I'm like 1 meter taller. And in some ways,
I'm almost two meter high when I'm wearing my heels. And And I think a lot of drags, when they're on stage, they are like, you can't hurt me because I'm the queen, I'm the bitch, and I can hurt you. That's what, like you said earlier, when your grandmother went to a drag bar, and when you go to a drag bar, you go 3 roads away,
Yeah.
because you know that the queens that are on stage, they will grab you. For me, it's like I would when I'm on stage, I always go into my audience.
Yeah.
So first 3 rows, okay, yeah, hello, but behind, I want to have them.
So I've got a question for you. Like, from the two of us, which one is more your type, Bambos or myself?
Oh, let me see. Your question is, who would you marry? Or who would you have sex
No,
with?
let's say both. I'll give you both options. You can have who would I want a night with, and then who would I rather spend the rest of my life with.
I think I choose my own husband.
I was gonna
learn some lessons.
I was gonna say he's the marrying type.
Your age? What's your age?
I'm 49. I'll be 50 June 11th, so I'm coming up on my 50th.
You are?
43.
Okay, then I pick him.
That's the criteria, age. Nice.
No, it's not the criteria. But no. I think when I have to pick one of you, when I'm in a bar and I'm not with my husband and he wasn't in my life, I think because he's bald and he's got a beard, and yeah.
I knew
he doesn't have a beard. Like
he's got talking.
It's so gray you don't even see it anymore. Oh, beautiful. Well, I knew I was going to step into that one, because if I had my choice to sleep between you and me and I was the third party, I'd choose you, because, at least, I'm looking at we have the top here up, it all looks good, but everything below is, it's coming out. Coming out in places I'm not happy about.
It's all good down here.
Pride and joy. So
I have a question for about dressing side of things.
Go on.
How many dresses do you own? Like, how many of them?
I'm a special queen. Most of the time when I do a new show, I make my own dresses. So
Wow.
every time I make a new dress. And a lot of, I just recently sell all my dresses and all my shoes and a lot of my jewelry and all, because I'm going.
You're doing less.
Doing less. So now only when I think how much? I think around. No, I think about around 20 or 30 dresses I've got now.
20 or 30. But when you're at your peak, how many would you have had?
On my peak?
Yes.
Oh, I think about around 150, I think. Yeah.
And you would have made the majority.
I think I've got more high heels than I've got flat shoes.
And would you?
I think I've got around 30 or 40 high heels.
Would you have made all those dresses that you said, those 150?
Not all. I sometimes buy them. So.
And who did you sell them to? Because you got rid of then. If you had 150, you sold 120. Who buys those from you?
Drag queens.
Oh wow.
And transgender people.
Yeah.
And
you sell it online or?
Huh? No. I did a home sale. So my house was transformed into a drag store with all my dresses, all my shoes, all my jewelry, all my.
I would have loved to be a fly on that wall.
That would have been a beautiful place to have been, I'm sure. Yeah. I would have loved to have seen 2 cat fighting over a dress. Like, who gets to have that one?
There was some who said, I want this one.
Can you make a new one?
That day, we were with 4 people. I was selling, and a friend of mine was selling, and one friend of mine was only do the afrekener.
Invoice or charge payments.
My friend did the coffee and the drinks. So.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
So, on your journey, DonnaTella, besides being a teacher and a performer, did you do any other kind of odd jobs?
That's
the longest I've heard.
Mm.
Am I making you hot?
before I went into teaching, I was working in the horeca.
Yeah, in the bar kind of.
In a bar, yeah. Now in a restaurant, I was serving food, and I did a lot of jobs. I worked with old people, and my first job, I never forget. I worked there for 1 month. Was in a remblokjesfabriek.
A hemblokjes?
Remblokjesfabriek. How do I translate it?
Remblokjes.
Like not bricks.
A brake from the car, you know.
Oh, remblokjes. Yeah. A brake pads. You worked at a brake pad factory.
Yeah, in a factory where they made it, and the whole day I was like, next. So I did it for a month, and then I was like, oh no, I saw stuff.
Wow.
I see you kind of I see the kind of queen. I want to break free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did you learn in that time? What did you take away? Because obviously you had bigger places to go. So what was it that you sort of said no to and progressed in life?
What I said, can you explain it?
Well, I was wondering at some point, and I think on most journeys people have, you go down, you try things out, and you're like saying, I'm not happy. This isn't me. So was there a moment when you said, this isn't how I want to live, and then you made drastic change and sort of became more of whatever it is?
When I was working in the restaurant, and I was always working almost 6 or 7, sometimes 6, 7 days a week, and I worked till 2, 3 o'clock in the night. In the morning, I wake up and take my breakfast and shower, and then go back to work, and then work again, and also with Christmas and special days and all that stuff. And one day I was thinking, okay, I don't want this anymore. I just want a normal job. And then I make the step from the restaurant to teaching.
Got it.
Why teaching?
Teaching was an accident. I was doing a study of being activiteitenbegeleider.
Activity leader.
Yeah. With creative stuff. And my first stageplek,
internship
was at a school for special education.
Oh, wow.
And I never went there. I never
left.
I never left. So
wow.
That was quite a few years ago, almost 20 years ago.
I had another question concerning just the progress. I don't know if you had some more to follow up on that before I ask.
Just go.
When, like, I think that everyone at some point, like I never had an urge to put on female clothes as a kid. So, like, when did that sort of, like, this feels good and right? When did you feel that for the first? Like, I mean, I know you said at 12 you actually dressed and you had your first, but was there a time when you're like, oh, I'm starting to feel like I really want to?
I think it is like when I dress like this, it's normally I only do it for the money because I love to be on stage. And I love to perform, and that's what I like. And it's not like tomorrow, okay, I will wear a dress or I will put on makeup, and I am a drag queen performing, and that's it. And okay, after such a long year, after all those years, of course, I got sometimes when I don't go out like DonnaTella, or when I go out like Frank, and once in the 4 or 5 months, I say, okay, I have to wear a dress now. Because DonnaTella wants to get out. And that's more like an addiction to the people who say, oh, you look gorgeous, oh, I love you.
Validation.
That's what I like.
It's almost like a beautiful outlet. Like, I don't know why. I obviously, from my question, I made an assumption, and I just assumed that it would be like at some point you just enjoyed wearing the clothes. But what you're saying is, I enjoy the attention.
Yes, it's more like it's more the attention, and I do it like I get my attention when I'm dressed like this, and
Yeah.
but it's not like I have sexual feelings with wearing this.
Wow.
No, not at all.
Got it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, I'm trying to think, we do our own, I mean, we do a show like this, right? Like, in some degree, we all find our outlets, and you're saying this is just an outlet to express.
Yeah, for me, it's like when I'm dressed like this, and I will meet one of you guys in the bar, and you say, "Oh, I want to have sex with you, like Donatella with Donatella," and I said, "Okay, no, because Donatella doesn't have sex with guys, so
Yeah.
lesbian."
I was going to say, Donatella's a diva. She doesn't have sex with anyone because she's beyond that.
She only drinks green stuff with a straw.
I love it.
Donatella, like a lot of the guests that we've been having lately are actually guests who kind of had a vision of what they wanted in their life, and they just go for it. Like it's really like, I'm gonna do this, like even if I die.
You want to know what I want to do?
What was your vision back then, and how far close to it, or like did it transform or evolve?
Okay, when I was younger, I wanted to be. That was my husband in the mirror. You
can see. We're looking at the man in the mirror
with the big muscular arms.
Asking him to change his ways.
Yeah. Here he comes again. Yes.
Nice.
When I was younger, I wanted to be. Sometimes words en hoe zeg je dat? Een archeoloog?
Archaeologist.
Archaeologist.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to be when I was young. And then I didn't. Yeah, I wanted to do something creative because archaeology wasn't my thing for school. And when I was younger, I never thought I should be. I want to become a teacher. Never. And now I love my job so much. So this is what I want. I want to teach kids all the things I can teach them. But when I go, is what I love the most is being creative. That's what I love the most. And I always said, okay, when I'm older, I will do the things I want to do. When I'm 65, 67, when I go make my pension, I want to travel. I want to buy fabrics in Dubai, and I want to buy fabrics in Thailand, and I want to buy jewelry and all that stuff because that's what I like.
Yeah. And are you able to do that now? Is that how you're living?
I can do the things I want to do, and I can buy my fabrics, and I can buy my jewelry, and I can make jewelry. I can make my dresses. So, but it's also ontspanning.
It's exciting.
No, ontspanning. It's relaxing for me. When I'm at home and I'm behind my sewing machine, it's for me like relaxing. Sometimes people say you're not relaxing because you shout to your machine like. But I can relax when I'm doing my sewing or doing work with my jewelry.
You've never worn women's clothes?
No, I've never worn women's clothes. No, never have. In fact, this year I go to a party every year in LA, and we go and we dress in tuxedos, and we do this whole thing every year. And I said last year, it's like the 4th year we've done it. And I said, I've had enough of this. I want everyone to have to dress in the other sex. So I want to dress in a dress for this part. Like, and I know this is a pretty conservative group, so that isn't something that, they're not totally, but I'm like, I want to have an experience which I'll remember this New Year's Eve.
Beautiful.
And I got a few buys.
One of my dresses.
I'll come to you. Yeah, it's got to have sparkles. There's no way I'm going in one of Ronnie's dresses.
Also, and I can show you how to create this.
Oh, I love it.
I'm gonna photograph this for sure.
Yes. Yeah, I want to see it also.
Well, actually, I lost a bet with an ex-girlfriend, and I wore her clothes, and she was quite petite, and we ended up going to Paradiso.
Oh,
I got so much harassment, but in the end, because she was with me, it wasn't as bad. But I got to experience what it was like to get harassed.
Yeah. that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But it was
and were
so.
you wearing your beard?
No, I had a beard,
Mm.
and I had so much fun on the dance floor. I had more people wanting to dance with me than ever.
Yeah.
I got groped. Like, are you wearing underwear? Like like people felt that they were entitled to my body.
Yeah.
I got a lot of questions when I'm when I'm on a party and I perform and it's a straight party, and because I've got this, and you can it's like real skin,
Yeah.
and a lot of people want to ask me, can I touch them? Or
Can I sign them?
are they real?
How do you react? How do you react when they do that?
When they ask me from, are they real? And then I say, okay, it costs a lot, but you got something. and yeah, when they want, I don't mind if they touch it, but they have to ask it. They don't have to go to me like, okay, walk with you. And because if they ask it, I don't mind if they're touching my tits. So
Yeah. Got it. And
a lot of young guys want to touch them.
Oh yeah.
Look at that laugh.
Except when your boyfriend's around, then all of a sudden we got to make sure that he's coming.
When my boyfriend's around, they also can touch it because he knows I'm like DonnaTella, and then he knows that's different.
Yeah.
They don't if they want to hurt me with like aggressive, that's something else. But if they want to touch me like here or here, and I said okay, then it's okay.
Yeah.
I kind of had an expectation before the show that you would at least try to make Andy feel very uncomfortable.
Really, I thought it would be you, because I thought you would be. Whenever I told everyone that Bambos was going to come and drag when we started the show, so I was wondering if he was going to even try to live up to that.
Well, actually, you know what? I would. But
hold on. Sorry, we didn't hear you.
Wait when we meet in real life.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
after the corona.
Yeah.
I would have, but I just didn't have access to any outfits.
Yeah, I was thinking about going to get a makeup done before he came here, but it just got, I went to, Marken and Amsterdam North. And
Marken, all places. Oh.
I know. I've got, I think, one or two other drag names that I wanted to make sure that we got to. We have a friend that likes to eat a lot. So basically, we gave him the drag name Cholita Buffet.
Who's that?
It's a friend. We don't want to name names if we can.
Oh.
We want to protect and we have another one, which is basically my dearest friend. He's the souvenir, right? But
yeah,
he also has, his second name is Que Lastima, which means what a pity. Que Lastima.
Que Lastima. In what language?
I think it's Spanish. The name is Que Lastima. What a pity.
Okay, is it translated? It's Spanish or?
It's Spanish. I believe it's Spanish. I'm making that assumption, but Que Lastima, which I think
I like names like when you're a big girl. I like names like Lady McDonough. The connection with McDonald's, McDonough, something like that. I like names with a lady in front of it or Miss in front of it, and I've got a very long name, but I like short names.
Yeah. We didn't ask about that, actually, which I would have liked to have asked to begin with. How did you come to DonnaTella Vergatsie? How did that come about?
Before I became DonnaTella Vergatsie, it was like the Divine Miss D. And I like Bette Midler, the Divine Miss M. And I wanted to have a real name, not Divine Miss D, and it became Donna, and everybody was calling me Donna, but I was thinking Donna was too simple. And then everybody was taking a name with front name and last name. So, and then I was okay. My name is Donna. I will make it longer, DonnaTella, and then it's easy, DonnaTella Vergatsie. Yes, and then I don't want to have the name Vergatsie.
Yeah.
But I wanted to translate it in Dutch, and then it's Vergatsie.
Yeah. Vergatsie, the meaning, is that to forget, or is that having anything? Is that
Vergatsie? If you say if you lose the ver, dus ver, and it's Gatsie is like ew.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It's a typical Dutch word, I think. Gatsie.
Oh, okay. So you're not trying to put up any pretense. You're like, you're gonna get the total Gatsie then.
This is what you get, and take it or leave it.
I think that's safe, because if you said that your singing voice isn't great, then basically they can't like blame you because it's in your name. You know.
Yeah. Okay. My singing voice really is like a dead crawl. Really.
Donatella, have you also performed around the world?
Sparkle.
I saw the sparkle, lights sparkling all around you right now.
Well, it's a bit difficult when you're moving like that.
The sun is coming in now, so
I see it.
I love it.
The diamonds are going everywhere.
Diamonds are good, friend, darling.
Donatella, you've traveled around the world also for performances, right?
No. Belgium, Germany, and the Netherlands, and okay. I never performed outside outside, never in England or no.
Okay.
Did when you would Frank meet the other performers outside of character, or would those only be like, we meet when we're dressing up? Would you say?
No. I go to shows from a lot of girls. I love to see shows because they inspire me also, and then I go as Frank or as Donatella. I don't know.
But would like a friend come over for dinner that would normally you perform with and say, oh, we're just gonna have like, or would you?
Or I have dinner with one of the girls. Frank is having dinner.
Yes.
One of the girls with Miss Buxel. We're going to eat with Miss Buxel and her husband. Okay. So and it's just like the guys eating with each other.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. I'm wondering if there's a clique. I'm wondering if there's like a clique that you only meet under certain. It's like a code of conduct. Like we only meet in this, and otherwise no one knows we exist.
No.
Yeah. The mystery. I want more mystery in the whole thing, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Next time when we meet, I will wear a veil. Veil.
Like I'm kind of curious, like to what degree when between Frank and Donatella, I can imagine Donatella has more energy. She's more outgoing, more outspoken. Like, bam, I'm here. and Frank.
Frank is also bam, I'm here. I think there is a difference, because when Donatella is like really performing, but I think Frank and Donatella are not that far away from each other.
Wow.
Because Donatella says what he wants to say, and Frank also says what he wants to say. And I don't think there is a lot of difference between them.
Interesting.
Donatella is a little bit more outgoing, more like, yeah.
I kind of had that. I had a lot of assumptions. I assumed that it would be almost like an outlet to be something that you would otherwise not feel free being. But what you're saying is, no, it's kind of you, but just in another set of clothes.
In a bigger version.
Yeah.
Enhancement.
Yeah. I think that maybe there are some drag queens who also have their drag is like a lot of different from their guy, their brother, or how do you want to call
alter ego, whatever we're going to call it. Yeah.
But for me, it's like, I think there is not a lot different.
Beautiful.
Frank can also wearing high heels. So
yeah. Well, we're coming to the end of our hour. It feels like we just began, but we're actually at the end of our hour. I want to take this.
Did we have a lot of viewers? Because it's very fucking hot outside. So
it's hot as hell. I want to thank you, especially because it was hot and there's no way it was going to be comfortable to dress up today. And it's your damn birthday, and you chose to spend your birthday with us for an hour. Yeah. And for that, we say thank you very much. And we're grateful that you took the time. It's incredible.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And after the Corona crisis, we're going to have a drink together.
Oh, I look forward to that very, very much.
I would say let's do food.
I love food.
Yes.
I love it. So we send you both a hug. We thank you very much, and yeah, we'll see you when we can see you. Yes.
Love kisses for me and for all the viewers who are out there. So maybe we meet again.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. And then if you have any contact details, which I don't even think you'd use, that we can put it in the chat box so people can find more information.
They can find me on Facebook. If they search for DonnaTella Vergatsie, they can find me. And if they want to know more about me, they can always
Google
send me
you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was great. That was fun.
I kind of wished we had more viewers. This was a great show.
Yeah, this is a great show. I think when you have gorgeous weather and you've got like, it's 5 o'clock and there's a lot of things I would be outside right now with the weather.
But
like
we're international, Andy.
Yeah, we're international.
You're forgetting that.
I know. But it was a great show. I'm so grateful that we finally got to have this. And we will see you. Today's Thursday, I guess. Is today Thursday? Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow, who do we have on tomorrow, Bam? Tomorrow we got Stephen Palmer. My dad was a narcissist or is a narcissist. That's going to be a fun show. And we'll see you next time on A Wonderful Chaos.
Wonderful Chaos it is.
Thank you. Bye.